The relationship between turnover intention and job embeddedness of employees who are working from home due to COVID-19 changes. We will be taking you through our literature review, the objective of our study, our research question and hypotheses, research methodology, data analysis and limitations, a summary of the data that we collected, the statistical tests that we conducted, our findings, conclusions, and recommendations. Companies that experience higher employee turnover incur costs and perform worse financially and organizationally. Employee turnover is often triggered by a shock to the system, such as the shock we received at the beginning of 2020 with COVID-19, which may be related to their jobs or not. The word embeddedness was first used in the context of job connectedness to explain the key dimensions of this construct, specifically the links, fit, and sacrifice. These three dimensions can be investigated in on and off the job settings between the employee and the organization, or the employee and the community. The aspects of embeddedness related to voluntary employee turnover are links, which measure the degree to which employees have links to other people or activities; the fit, which measures the degree to which employees, jobs, and communities fit together other aspects of their life spaces; and sacrifice. This measures the ease of breaking links in present settings. The essential aspects of our literature review uncovered that embeddedness decreases turnover, counterproductive work behaviors, and absenteeism. Employees stay in organizations to avoid loss of intrinsic or instrumental resources. Despite hostile work environments, employers with higher levels of embeddedness are less likely to quit their jobs. Organizational embeddedness is positively predicted by an individual's personality traits. Higher levels of embeddedness on off the job are generally associated with lower turnover, and job embeddedness significantly predicts performance. The objective of our study was to test the relationship between turnover intention and job embeddedness for employees working from home, to test the relationship between turnover intention and sacrifice, that's for on-the-job embeddedness, for employees working from home, and to test the relationship between turnover intention and key links of the job embeddedness for communities working from home, employees working from home. We had 3 research questions. Our first research question was, does job embeddedness affect the turnover intentions due to employees working from home? Our null hypothesis stated that there was no effect on this, whereas our alternate hypothesis states there is an effect of job embeddedness on the turnover intentions of employees working from home. Our second research question was, does on-the-job dimension of fit, links, and sacrifice affect the turnover intentions due to employees working from home? Our null hypothesis said that there was no effect, whereas our alternate hypothesis said that there is an effect of on-the-job dimension of fit, links, and sacrifice on turnover intentions of employees working from home due to COVID-19. The third research question was, does off-the-job dimension of fit, links, and sacrifice affect the turnover intentions due to employees working from home? Our null hypothesis said that there was no effect on this, and our alternate hypothesis said that there would be. Our research methodology, methods of data collection, were a survey questionnaire developed with Google Forms. We use a quantitative, non-experimental design and targeted South African-based employees who were required to work from home during the COVID-19 pandemic. We had a sample size of 103 responses, with 2 which were removed because of being invalid. Our assumptions were that this data was normally distributed and that participants would understand the survey questions and provide honest answers. And we used a 95% statistical confidence level. Our analysis was a quantitative methodology to investigate relations between the independent variable, which was job embeddedness, and the dependent variable, which was turnover intention. We examined on-the-job and off-the-job embeddedness. Multiple regression modeling was used to determine the relationships between the variables. And we found that we wanted to find out if there was a statistically significant relationship between job embeddedness and employer retention. SPSS and XWELL were used to analyze the quantitative data. We had a few limitations that it was a non-random selection of responses. We used Okay, the questionnaire was self-reported. Would have finished that by now. A summary of our data can be seen here in relation to age, where 49.5% of our sample was aged between 30 and 39, were in their 30s. 35% were in management roles in a company size that had over 2,001 people. The majority of our participants were male at 54.4%. 80.6% of them were of African descent and had been working for more than 49 months. 43% had been working more than 49 months at their current organization. I need to speed up. The statistical test for our research, question 1, had a p-value of 0.021, which led to us rejecting the null hypothesis, as there was no statistically significant relationship between job embeddedness and turnover. Our correlation coefficient was 30.8%, which indicated a positive but weak correlation, and a 9.5% variation in the turnover intent can be explained by job embeddedness. For our second research question, our p-value was 0.012, which made us reject the null hypothesis due to there being no statistically significant relationship to on-the-job embeddedness and turnover. There is a correlation coefficient of, I went ahead too quickly. I would still be talking on the slide, and we are at 8 minutes. Okay, I need to move faster. Okay. I need to move much faster. Talk less on the literature review.